that it's missing the roof. My woman a fire, just look at my boo. I'm no money, I'm feeling like Bruce. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't need much, ability to do. Ooh, 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 ooh. Breaking the hearts and breaking the rules. Ooh, 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 ooh. 10 out of 10, I'm feeling like 2.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to Southern California as we've got playoff football ahead in the City of Angels.
Just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Bennett.
Escaping the pressure right. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, coming into the game, the defense knew they had to provide an excellent pass rush, but not provide any gaps because he's really strong with his legs. How about that confidence booster there on the first defensive drive of the game? They know they can get to him now.
Running left again to Pacheco.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, LA.
Isaiah Pacheco.
54 yards.
And the Rams are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
Hurts. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now they'll audible to something else. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here's Pacheco once again.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Bennett fakes a handoff, now to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll be a 1st down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's 3rd and 9.
60 Bison.
Motion left, Kupp. Off the play fake, it's Bennett. That is caught. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp,
a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Rams have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. It's a little bit of a turnover. You went right back, though, and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Don't worry about your hands, though.
Yeah.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. Past midfield, look out.
And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
Flushed out right. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Second and 10.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Throwing is Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The Eagles send out their punter now.
Jalen Waddle deep to return it.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
22 yards.
And the Eagles have got it back to within a score. So that a very nice looking touchdown run.
And on his first carry of the game as well. And you remember, Brandon, we talked to him yesterday, and he thought he was going to have a big game. He thought everything aligned perfectly. He liked what the defense was presenting, and he really liked what he was getting from his blockers.
Elliott Good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Second down throw coming from Bennett.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs.
A give right side for Pacheco.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Bennett now off play action.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Jalen Waddle,
52 yards.
and the Rams go up by 2 touchdowns.
Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there is no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
3rd and 2. Hurts sets up to throw it. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And his throw is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
On second down, Swift. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On third down, here comes Swift. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a first down.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it, and he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. They run out of the gun with Swift. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This one complete down the field to Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game. And there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside. Probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Goes with the out route and completes it to Swift.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
A chance for Waddle on the return. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Off play action. Here's Bennett. He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
9 yards
finds the pickup there, and it's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to...
There he goes, right side. He's still on his feet. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, LA!
Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
From the gun, here's Swift.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. He'll look to throw, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Hey, Silver.
Looking to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Swift going to try up the middle.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. The kick by Elliott is good.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg, and boom,
over the crossbar.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to throw, Bennett.
Flush to his right.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Throwing here on 3rd, Bennett. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
160 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
Room here to run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Again, it's Pacheco.
Dances by at the 20. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Now 2nd and 3. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Isaiah Pacheco
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Rams are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
And then he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Hurts.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cox. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
This 2nd and 4.
Go Silver, ready? Crowd up, Yanni. Crowd.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, and they come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some. Play action. Here's Hurts.
And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Aaron Donald. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop it. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Throwing is Hurts.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but then... behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
On 2nd down, Evans looking for space.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field.
DeAndre Swift.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
DeAndre Swift.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll try to run with Swift.
And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. And the Rams have got it. And that should just about seal this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they'll indeed take a knee. So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
Yellow. Blue striker. Set.
Ridder throwing on third down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
The Rams are on to next week as we say so long, everybody.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden.